Hey folks, hope you're well. Szeto here. So this last weekend I was up at the cabin and yeah, worked on a few things. Basically put up a rope ladder, tested this rope ladder thing. I'll talk about it a little more, but it didn't really quite work out. And then the other thing was actually on my loft. I decided to kind of extend my loft. I did it with actually a Murphy bed style pullout that my friend Captain Tom actually had suggested at the time. Just found a piece of plywood and essentially brought it up there. Put some hinges on it, had it fastened to the wall and just basically prototyped that idea. So I figured I'd effectively go over that over this particular episode, along with that ladder fail and stuff like that. So first off, with this particular piece of plywood that I would bring up, which is 3/4 inch ply, it was actually just an offcut from something at the property. So I kind of brought it in, threw some hinges on it, then sketchily sort of threw it up into the loft, attached the hinges to the tongue and groove ply there and stuff like that. And it effectively actually sat partially on the joist. And on the joist I actually had a cleat that the plywood would sit on top of and stuff like that. I'd actually had a hook that I actually had a rope tied down. And in the plywood I actually had another hole, a 1/2 inch hole that was drilled through it. And I brought the rope through that, tied a very tight knot on the bottom of that so that it wouldn't skip over it or anything like that. But essentially that had provided some lateral support to the plywood and everything. And then from there, I used the climbing wall to climb up into the loft. From there, I would actually screw down the other set of hinges. And effectively from there, I kind of had the Murphy bed set up there. So that was kind of fun. One last thing was this sliding latch lock there, which I had then added on afterwards as well. I basically threw on, put up the Murphy bed, had a little piece of plywood up top, 3/4 inch ply, of course, and then would put the lock up top, and then the slide latch onto the plywood afterwards. And yeah, effectively kind of had a system that would pull out and stuff like that. So that was really just prototyping it for now. I'm actually throwing a bit of really thin tongue and groove on there just so that it kind of matches the look when it's folded up and everything like that. And yeah, it's kind of exciting and it'll be kind of fun. I think, it makes for actually a pretty cozy space that you can hopefully actually sleep up on now. So the other thing that I did that was basically essentially a total fail was actually I tried putting up a rope ladder. I bought some cheap rope. That was kind of the first problem. I really should have had some, stronger grade rope, but I just bought some whatever rope from Home Depot. Drilled some holes into the plywood up top, and then, with the joists and everything like that, made a strong knot there. And then basically these YouTube videos where you would see these Merlin spike loop ladder type situations. I followed those directions, found some deadfall, cut off some strong branches there, and then would effectively loops, and they seemed like they would work well and everything like that. But the second I started climbing, I'd actually end up slipping. I'd slip underneath the joist, underneath the plywood and everything like that, and that was quite a big problem and everything. So from there, I essentially tied the bottom of the ladder down to the ground by drilling a screw in to a piece of scrap wood and everything like that, and just basically held the bottom of the ladder in place. The problem with that is that the ladder then ended up kind of twisting and things like that, and that was pretty sketchy. I still ended up using quite a bit of the rock climbing wall to help support myself while I got up, and just basically wasn't ideal. It was a pretty sketchy thing, and yeah, after I put up the Murphy bed, I essentially just took it down. I felt like it was kind of in the way, and more sketchy than using the climbing wall effectively. So gotta go back to the drawing board on that one. I think I'm gonna probably build just either a stationary ladder that then doubles as a coat hanger or something like that, or something modular. So got some tinkering there, and yeah, just a quick update and some prototyping that I did. Gonna be doing up all the trim really soon, and just stoked to be in the wood shop. I actually had a paddle course this week that I taught, and that was mega fun. And yeah, I got a couple projects I've been tinkering away at that I think will work out, and yeah, just hopefully have something rad for you guys soon. So thanks a lot, and yeah, hopefully something super soon on all the other things. Peace. Later.